Innovative product to date, L1 FE CirQul8, which has been specifically formulated for heart, immunity, and energy. Over the past couple of weeks, we've given you a taste of what was in store through our Doctors series by taking a look at the key ingredients in L1 FE CirQul8. We've shone a spotlight on ubiquinol, which is the more bioavailable form of CoQ10. Next, we looked at tocotrienols, a powerful form of vitamin E. We then focused on our stellar cast of supporting ingredients, including zinc, periodoxin, nicotinamide, and vitamin C. All those ingredients are a mouthful, I know, but they are very powerful ingredients. Now, some of you guessed our Doctors series was alluding to a product launch, and some of you thought we were just highlighting some trending ingredients. But the general consensus was that each and every one of you wanted a product with all these ingredients. When we sat down and looked at a local product launch, we really wanted to focus on some trending ingredients that were cutting edge, innovative, and that were had great preventative properties. And most importantly, we wanted a product combination that had never been done before and would stand the test of time in this industry. Secondly, we really wanted to create a product that you would be able to promote and make claims about through the Therapeutic Goods Administration of Australia. I still remember the day we submitted the concept formula to the TGA. I was absolutely blown away when we got back a list of over 40 permitted health claims. Finally, we really wanted to focus on the youth enhancement system, and what we found was a huge gap in the heart, immunity, and energy space. And from that, L1 FE CirQul8 was born. Once upon a time, most of us thought that a form of a cardiovascular disease was only a disease for the elderly, but some of the stats in our research really hit home and is why this product became so important to us. We all know that heart disease is the #1 cause of death in Australia and New Zealand, but what a lot of people don't know is that 1 in 5 heart attack patients are younger than 40 years old. And even more devastating is the fact that every 12 minutes in Australia, someone dies of a cardiovascular disease. Think about that. Every 12 minutes, someone is dying from a disease that is preventable. These figures are astonishing. And to know that we have a product that can help with the prevention of cardiovascular disease, can improve immune system function while supporting energy levels, is something that we are incredibly proud to be able to deliver to each and every one of you. So joining us today to talk cardiovascular disease and discuss our two hero ingredients in L1 FE CirQul8, which is ubiquinol and tocotrienols, is Dr. Ross Walker. It has been an absolute pleasure to have Dr. Walker involved in our launch, as his knowledge on these ingredients and the cardiovascular system is unmatched. For those of you who don't know Dr. Walker, he is Australia's leading practicing cardiologist with a passion for people and health, with over 40 years experience as a clinician. For the past 20 years, he has been focusing on preventative cardiology and is one of Australia's leading preventative health experts. So please help me welcome to the launch of L1 FE CirQul8, Dr. Ross Walker.
Thank you, Rachel. I'd like to thank you and Janesse for giving me this wonderful opportunity to help launch this really exciting new product. Cardiovascular disease is the major killer around the world. It kills around 17 million people per year. In a country like Australia alone, one person dies every 20 minutes from cardiovascular disease. I'm a cardiologist and it basically keeps me in a job. So what we want to do is find strategies that will help prevent this major killer. Now, many people have said to me, look, if I eat a good diet, why do I need supplements? Well, here's the reason. Our bodies were designed to work as hunter-gatherers. Basically, we'd wander around a jungle with a spear for 30, 40 years and then we'd die. So our bodies were designed to basically live in a natural world, a world that was basically geared around feast, famine, and movement. The only stress you had was the acute stress of the kill, or the stress of avoiding being something else's lunch. It was a very simplistic life, basically top of the food chain stuff, but the problem is it was a very harsh life. So you died either of some infection or a saber-toothed tiger ripped your head off before age 40. And here's the problem. We're now living in the modern world where we've evolved to this man that you see on the right. And so therefore we're living so much against our physiology, because we now live in a world that creates all of these situations. It's a synthetic world. It's a world that's obesogenic, increasing exposure to radiation and also complex chronic stresses and a much longer life. And so you see here the bees saying, no more, I can't stand this incessant buzzing sound. It's the constant stresses of modern living. All of these synthetic chemicals we're being exposed to on a daily basis, either in the air or in the food we eat. I defy you to open your fridge and find something that's not in plastics. And we live in a world where we eat 3 meals a day often, we sit in our backsides all day, all of our celebrations are based around food. It is an obesogenic society. It's no wonder that many people are putting on weight as we get older. And interestingly, we don't even think about all the radiation we're exposed to. So just by using computers and mobile phones and living in our world, we're exposed to somewhere between 4 to 5 chest x-rays of radiation per year. And that may be having an effect on our health as well. And also, life is stressful. You think about it. You're woken up in the morning by a thing called an alarm clock. The alarm starts as soon as you wake up and it continues throughout the day. The stresses of travel to get to work, complex jobs, complex relationships. We weren't designed to live like this, but because it's not as harsh an environment, we live double our use-by date. So the average lifespan for a male is around 80, for a female around 84. And here's the thing, when people say, but I eat a good diet, why do I need supplements? Well, the Walker suggested dose of fruit and vegetables is 2 or 3 pieces of fruit per day, 3 to 5 servings of vegetables per day. You say that's easy, doc. If it's easy, how come less than 10% of people who do it? And those people who do it have the lowest rates of heart disease and cancer in the community. And the problem with modern food, it's very energy dense. So it has a lot of calories, but it's very nutrient poor. So often you do need to supplement for all of those reasons. And you see this cartoon here. Our challenge is to convince the public that heart attacks are sexy. And that's the whole thing about the fast food. A lot of these processed packaged foods masquerading, well, they're not actually food, they're masquerading as food. And many people end up like this, with abdominal obesity, which is one of the big scourges. We talk about the coronavirus as being the major pandemic of the 21st century. No, it's not. Abdominal obesity, diabetes, blood pressure, cholesterol issues, that's the real pandemic. We call it metabolic syndrome. And in fact, in my view, modern living is a state of micronutrient malnutrition. We're not getting enough high quality micronutrients to feed our cells properly. Not just ourselves, but our cells. The unit that makes up every part of our organs and every part of our body is the cell. So it's important to look after your cell. So here is a picture of a standard cell, and you can see here the important components of the cell. You see the nucleus, which is basically just the sex organs of the cell. But the really important parts, the two key parts, are the membrane, or the outer covering of the cell, and the mitochondria that you see in the middle there, which creates energy. So it doesn't matter what sort of flash car you drive, if there's no energy in the car, it doesn't move. It's the same thing with the cells in the body. If you're not creating good quality energy, your cells don't work properly. And so people who are not feeding their cells and their cells properly create unhealthy cells, and that's what we don't want. We want healthy cells. And the advice I'm giving you today will help you maintain healthy cell metabolism for the rest of your life. Now, here's one of the interesting things about modern diseases. It is your genes that loads the gun, but it's your environment that pulls the trigger. All modern diseases, whether it's heart disease, cancer, Alzheimer's, osteoporosis, diabetes, any modern disease has a genetic basis. But then when you stress the body, your genes will direct you towards one of those diseases based on your genetic makeup. So you see here, bummer of a birthmark, Hal. If you've got the genes for heart disease, you get heart disease if you have the wrong environmental stimuli. If you've got the disease or the genes for cancer, and then you have the wrong environmental stimuli, you get cancer. So for example, if you're silly enough to smoke cigarettes and you've got the genes for lung cancer, you get lung cancer. But only 20% of people who smoke will get lung cancer because 80% of people don't have those genes. And here's the interesting thing. In our modern world, inflammation, which is the immune system gone wrong, is really the key factor in most of our modern diseases. And we can suppress inflammation with all the things I'm talking about today. Firstly, and most importantly, 80% of your management is what I call the 5 keys to healthy living. Number 1 is to quit all addictions. Number 2, good quality sleep. Number 3, nutrition. Number 4, exercise. And most importantly, happiness. So let's briefly go through those. This fellow goes to the doctor. I don't know why people make all this fuss about smoking. I've been smoking all my life. It hasn't done me any harm at all. The doctor says, but you're only 27. No one should smoke. Excessive drinking can damage so many organs in the body. We think about cirrhosis of the liver, but it can also damage the heart. It can damage the brain, affect the kidneys, cause birth defects in children of women who drink during pregnancy, and it can also contribute to weight. If you have 1 gram of fat, that is 9 calories. 1 gram of protein or carbohydrates is 4 calories. 1 gram of alcohol is 7 calories, almost as bad for you as fat. So again, drinking excessive alcohol is not good for your health. And this says some wolves, their habitat destroyed and overwhelmed by human pressures, turn to snorting quack. You cannot use any illegal drugs. I don't think they should be called recreational drugs. They should be called illegal drugs because they damage your health. But 97% of drug-related deaths in our society are due to 2 drugs, 80% cigarettes, 17% alcohol, because they're legal and they're easier to get. Number 2 is good quality sleep. 7 to 8 hours of good quality sleep is as good for your body as not smoking. So it's very important to cultivate a good quality sleep habit. Number 3 is nutrition. I've already mentioned the vital importance of having 2 or 3 pieces of fruit per day, 3 to 5 servings of vegetables per day. But also you've got to avoid what I call white death. I'm not saying don't eat this at all, but minimize your intake of sugar, white bread, pasta, potatoes, to a lesser extent rice. All of these things make your insulin levels go through the roof, create abdominal obesity, diabetes, blood pressure, all the features of metabolic syndrome. Exercise, having 3 to 5 hours of exercise per week is the second best drug on the planet. If you have a regular exercise habit, it helps keep your weight down. You have a 30% reduction in cardiovascular disease, cancer, Alzheimer's disease, diabetes, depression, a 50% reduction in osteoporosis. It drops your blood pressure, you sleep better. There is no pharmaceutical preparation known to man that comes anywhere near exercise. Exercise, in my view, is definitely the second best drug on the planet. And the doctor says to the patient, what fits your busy schedule better, exercising for an hour a day or being dead for 24 hours a day? Happiness is anyone and anything that's loved by you. Happiness is easily the best drug on the planet. Now, I've got to say to you, happy people can still get sick, but they just don't get as sick as unhappy people. And when they do get sick, they get better quicker. A 75-year study from Harvard University showed the one key to health and happiness is to have someone else in your life who loves and cares for you, who you love and care for. Much more important than your damn cholesterol levels. And the internal environment of the cell. So you need a healthy membrane so that you're feeding healthy nutrients into the cell and keeping out toxins. Many things maintain a healthy membrane, but one of the good things there are the tocotrienols seen with vitamin E, as are things like omega-3s as well. So healthy fats feed well into a healthy membrane. But if you have a lot of trans fats, so trans fats, for example, are things that you see in processed packaged foods to thicken and harden the food, used by the food industry. So hydrogenated vegetable oils, they damage that cell membrane. You want to keep a healthy cell membrane, but also you want that healthy mitochondria. You want to take nutrients that are going to drive that mitochondria, so you create this energy called ATP. ATP is the unit of energy created in the cell. So let's move on to ubiquinol. So ubiquinol is one of the major drivers of the mitochondria. It really helps promote good quality ATP. For you to get the sort of ubiquinol you need from your food, so to get this in food, you have to have 10 kilos of broccoli every day, 1.6 kilos of sardines, imagine what that's going to do to you, 3 kilograms of beef every day just to get 100 milligrams of ubiquinol. And here's one of the other problems. When we hit 30, and especially when we've hit 50, there's an enzyme that converts ubiquinone, which is the inactive form of CoQ10, to ubiquinol, which is the active form of CoQ10. When you hit 50, that drops right down. It starts at 30, but really drops right down at 50. So if you're going to take a form of coenzyme Q10, in my view, it should be ubiquinol. And this is just another slide to show you that as we get older, the CoQ10 ubiquinol levels in all of our organs starts to drop off. And that's when we start to feel tired, the organs don't work as well. And why does ubiquinol decline with age? Well, firstly, as I told you, you don't get as much diapherase, which converts ubiquinone to ubiquinol, but also there's more of a metabolic demand because as the cells start to wear out, as we get older, our cells develop what we call senescence or aging, then there's more of a metabolic demand on the cells. And so therefore we need more ubiquinol to keep that metabolic demand going. Different diseases increase your need for ubiquinol. Oxidative stress, which we've heard about so often, which is created by all of the stresses of the modern world. As I said to you, it's very difficult to get the right amount of CoQ10 in our diet. And there are also biosynthetic reasons as well. There are some gene mutations some people have, and statin therapy. People are taking statin therapy to lower their cholesterol. That also depletes the ubiquinol levels within the cell, and so therefore the cells don't produce as much energy, which is why, in my view, around 20% of people who take statins get problems with muscle pain, stiffness, weakness, cramping, and sometimes even loss of muscle bulk. So there are enormous health benefits from supplementing with ubiquinol. Firstly, it just supports normal cellular function. It increases your energy. So I take myself 150 milligrams a day of ubiquinol just to give me energy. Gives you more stamina when you're exercising. So it's good for sports. It helps you with fatigue, and it's good for sperm mobility in men who are having problems with conceiving with their partner. But also it has incredible cardiac benefits that I'll talk about as well. So there's been a number of studies on ubiquinol and stress, and this is just one study to show the improvements in the stress mediators when people are given ubiquinol on a regular basis. It also helps people who are tired. So anyone who's suffering chronic fatigue syndrome, in my view, should be taking ubiquinol, because it's my opinion that chronic fatigue syndrome is a mitochondrial disease. You were born with the defects in your mitochondria, the energy producers, and then something might happen in your life where you might have some sort of trauma, or you might get, say, infectious mononucleosis, glandular fever. That can really knock your mitochondria around. Ubiquinol certainly helps in that situation. And you see here, knowing that his post-lunch fatigue was destined to strike, Larry wore his head-mounted airbag. Probably it wouldn't suggest you do that. Now also, ubiquinol helps improve your stresses and also improves the quality of your sleep. And this is a study to show that ubiquinol does improve your exercise performance. And then finally, looking at the cardiovascular events associated with ubiquinol, there is a significant reduction in inflammation, which I mentioned at the start, how important inflammation is in the generation of disease. So taking ubiquinol every day as an antioxidant certainly helps to prevent or suppress inflammation. And here's an interesting thing about cholesterol. We all are told that LDL cholesterol is bad, HDL is good. That's too simplistic. LDL and HDL are divided into small bits and large bits. Here's where size is important. What the ubiquinol does is convert you from small to large LDL, small to large HDL, and that's very, very healthy and good for you. So this is a cartoon slide saying cholesterol is good for you. It clogs your veins so you don't bleed as much when you get a cut. I don't think so. If you're given a statin drug to lower your cholesterol, it certainly lowers your cholesterol, but it does have some collateral damage in some people by inhibiting the production of ubiquinol, inhibiting the production of vitamin K2, and also selenium. So I think it's good to take ubiquinol if you're on a statin. And this shows that statins definitely decrease the CoQ10 levels in the bloodstream. And this next slide shows that if you give ubiquinol to people who are getting aches and pains with their statins, then you can reduce their pain and their stiffness by around 50%. And I've got to say, I give ubiquinol to all my patients who are taking statins for this very reason. This is for people with very advanced heart disease. This shows that ubiquinol does give them a significant improvement if they've got some sort of underlying heart failure problem. And this is unrelated to heart disease, but males who are having problems with fertility, there's a significant improvement in all the parameters of sperm with these people having density, motility or morphology problems with their sperm. There's a significant improvement there. And there are other clinical studies with ubiquinol showing improvements in other diseases, diabetes, things like Parkinson's disease, juvenile fibromyalgia, all of these other different issues. And this is a study just to show that people who are given CoQ10 for 4 years, elderly people given CoQ10 for 4 years, when they followed them for 10 years, they had a significant improvement in just general causes of death. So it's a good thing to take generally. And it's my own opinion that everyone over the age of 30 should think about taking it, but certainly everyone over the age of 50 should take it. Let's move on now to vitamin E. There's been over the years a lot of different studies to show benefits from vitamin E, but many conservative doctors say that vitamin E doesn't really help and in some cases may cause harm. But I think the reason for this is that it's been seen in isolation and people have used the wrong vitamin E. So not all vitamin E is created equal. And in fact, some of the common cheaper forms of vitamin E, the synthetic versions of vitamin E, have been the main one used in many clinical trials that have shown no benefit and in some cases harm. But when you look at high quality vitamin E, especially combined with vitamin C, a couple of studies, the ASAP trial showed a 26% reduction in the thickness in the carotid arteries over 6 years in people given natural vitamin E with vitamin C. And this IVUS trial, and this is people who'd actually had heart transplants, again a significant reduction in the progression of thickness in the carotid arteries. So this is where's Wally having his heart attack, the ambulance can't find him. And there's also a more personalised approach to treating vitamin E. And there are these particular types of genetic abnormalities that certain people have very, very commonly, showing that if they have one particular type of genetic abnormality, vitamin E works so much better in them than it might do in other people. So we're getting to the point now of personalised medicine. to be able to say, these are your genetic markers, you'll do better with this type of treatment as opposed to that type of treatment. And this is one of the issues, to show a significant reduction in cardiovascular death and heart attack in people with this one particular genetic abnormality, which is incredibly common. And another trial called the WAVE trial, again, looked at these genetic markers and again showed a significant benefit using natural vitamin E in this situation. So now this is where I think we should be moving, which is the best version of vitamin E, in my opinion, which is the tocotrienols. So the tocotrienols give you a much more global, high quality vitamin E than the older style vitamin E's that we used in the past. And we get the best version of tocotriol from this annatto, which is a very, very concentrated delta and gamma tocotrienols. And Dr. Barry Tan has been the pioneer in this area in tocotrienol research. And you can see here in this rather complicated slide, the doses needed of tocotrienols to affect so many different diseases, not just cardiovascular disease, but inflammation, cancer, and many other conditions, Alzheimer's, bone health. All of our common killers are actually affected by this. And you can see the vast majority of diseases that affect the modern world, the tocotrienols will have a benefit. And you see in this slide, what did I say, Boris? These new uniforms are a crock. It's not the uniforms that are the crock, it's the way we treat them is the real crock. But if you do something about it, who knows what will happen. Thank you, Rachel and Juness. Now back to you, Rachel.
Thank you so much, Dr. Walker. It has been such an absolute pleasure to have you behind Life Circulate, and it's been a pleasure working with you on this launch. It's amazing to me to think that most patients that go through Dr. Walker's clinics are prescribed ubiquinol first and foremost before any other treatment. Whilst we know there is other CoQ10 and ubiquinol and tocotrienols products on the market, there is no combination on the market like Life Circulate. Now today we wanted to talk all about Life Circulate. So joining us today all the way from France to talk all things about our amazing new product is Dr. William Amzalag. He may now be retired as the Chief Scientific Officer of Juness, but he is still very much involved and continues to be Generation Young. You can't slow a good man down, so please help me welcome Dr. Amzalag.
Hello everyone, my name is William Amzalag and I am Generation Young. Today, I want to share with you the importance of a new product in our Juness line of product, L1FE CirQul8. In Juness, our strategy is focused on long life in good health. And we built a philosophy called Generation Young, and from this philosophy, a system called the YES system. For the last 12 years, we follow the science of aging and we design product in accordance with the hallmarks of aging. For DNA damage, we design reserve. For telomere shortening, we design finity. For improving stem cells mobilization, Christian Drapeau created Revitablo. For fighting aging with epigenetics, Dr. GM Papa created AM/PM. Dr. Nathan Newman brought us a full line of skincare based on stem cells to look young as long as possible. Today, our scientific team from Australia has created a product which can improve our energy, modulate our immune system, and restore a good cardiovascular function. They design a synergistic formula which include coenzyme Q10 in a form of ubiquinol, tocotrienol 100 times more active than vitamin E, vitamin B6 in a form of pyridoxine, nicotinamide or vitamin PP, which in fact belong to the group of B vitamins, zinc, one of the most important minerals for our health, and finally vitamin C for our best energy and immunity. Why those ingredients? Let's start by coenzyme Q10. In the body there are two forms of coenzyme Q10, ubiquinol and ubiquinone. Ubiquinone is the oxidized form that requires enzymatic reactions to transform into the active form, which is ubiquinol, which is primarily responsible for the antioxidant property of coenzyme Q10. Ubiquinol, the reduced form, is thus considered the best form of coenzyme Q10. Indeed, it is the more easily assimilated by the body than ubiquinone, and it's directly active. In fact, in the blood, 98% of coenzyme Q10 is in the ubiquinol form. It's difficult for me in English. Coenzyme Q10 ensure the production of energy usable by the cells in the form of ATP. It has an antioxidant function, protecting fat or lipids, protein and DNA from daily oxidation phenomena. Note that Q10 is fat soluble, so it is better assimilated by the body when it is in the presence of fat. Second, tocotrienols. Tocotrienols in our formula is extracted from annatto seeds from the achiote tree called Bixa aureliana, which is native to tropical region from Mexico to Brazil. Tocotrienol are natural antioxidants that are similar to vitamin E, but 40 to 200 times more active. The only difference is that they have more unsaturated bonds, allowing them to penetrate the cell's membrane easily. The functional consequences of this difference are significant. Alpha-tocotrienols has 40 to 60% more antioxidant activity than alpha-tocopherol. Third ingredient, pyridoxine. Pyridoxine, or vitamin B6, is required by our body for utilization of energy in the food you eat, production of red blood cells, and proper functionings of nerves. It is used to treat and prevent vitamin B6 deficiency resulting from poor diet, certain medication, and some medical condition like cirrhosis. Vitamin B6 or pyridoxine is important for normal brain development and for keeping the nervous system and immune system healthy. Vitamin B6 might reduce the severity of morning sickness during pregnancy. The fourth, I'm trying to say it in English, nicotinamide. Nicotinamide, also known as niacinamide, is a derivative of nicotinic acid. Nicotinamide is a water-soluble vitamin and belongs to the group of B vitamins. Nicotinic acid, also known as niacin, is converted to nicotinamide in vivo. Fifth ingredient, zinc. Zinc is a nutrient found throughout your body, everywhere, which it helps our immune system and metabolism function. Zinc is very important to wound healing and to our sense of taste and smell. Zinc also, it's an antioxidant and has anti-inflammatory action. And the last ingredient, vitamin C. Vitamin C, that we know also as ascorbic acid, is necessary for the growth, development, and repair of all body tissue. It is involved in many body functions, including formation of collagen, absorption of iron, the proper functioning of the immune system, wound healing, and the maintenance of cartilage, bones, and teeth. So, what to expect from this excellent formula? This formula first will help physical performance. Coenzyme Q10 is first defender of the mitochondria and therefore an indirect energy source for our body. Coenzyme Q10 is in fact able to help mitochondria convert fat into sugar and ATP, our body main energy sources. Oxidative stress, we know that affects muscle function and therefore performance. Mitochondrial dysfunction reduces available muscle energy, leading to reduced performance. Now, Q10 decreases oxidative stress in cells and improve mitochondrial function and help increase power during exercise while reducing fatigue. This formula also helps prevent heart disease. You know that heart failure is often the consequence of other heart conditions such as coronary artery disease or high blood pressure, which increase, in fact, oxidative damages and promote inflammation of the veins and the artery. Q10 improves symptoms and reduces the risk of heart problem by helping to restore optimal level of energy production while reducing oxidative damage and then improving heart function. On the other side, tocotrienol can reduce or reverse inflammation and free radical damage that undermine the health of the heart. Third benefit, these formula support and help healthy cholesterol. Tocotrienol are beneficial for maintaining healthy cholesterol levels. Research indicates that along with a healthy diet and exercise, they are beneficial for supporting healthy cholesterol already within the normal range. Supplementing with zinc aided with a number of factors related to heart health, including lowering total cholesterol, low density lipoprotein or the LDL, the bad cholesterol, and triglyceride. This formula also may help for osteoporosis. Tocotrienols may help prevent and reduce osteoporosis-related bone loss in several ways. People who already have osteoporosis can also benefit from tocotrienols. Tocotrienols may support bone growth, helping the body replace bone that has been lost during osteoporosis. And of course, this formula boosts the immune system. Immune cells depend on zinc for healthy development and function. It is well recognized that zinc is an essential trace element influencing growth and affecting the development and integrity of the immune system. It has a broad impact on key immunity mediators such as enzyme, thymic peptide, and cytokines. This formula manage also blood sugar. According to a study, zinc supplementation contributed to blood sugar control and promoted healthy lipid parameters among people with diabetes. And supplementing with zinc has been shown to increase insulin sensitivity among obese individuals. It's also helped in the loss of fat tissue. Mitochondrial dysfunction is very often associated with the development of obesity and insulin resistance. Since coenzyme Q10 plays several roles in energy metabolism and also in electron transport in the mitochondrial respiratory chain, its correct level is vital. Many studies show that Q10 supplementation can suppress lipid accumulation and alleviate metabolic dysfunction. To summarize, L1FE CirQul8 features a property blend of 6 ingredients. First, ubiquinol, which support the function and health of the heart and cardiovascular system. Second, anatotocotrienols, which support immune system health and relieve inflammation. Vitamin B3 support energy level. Vitamin B6 support nervous system health and function. Vitamin C aids in the connective tissue production and formation while supporting bone health. And zinc support cognitive health and mental function. Thank you very much and see you soon. Bye-bye.
Though you're retired, we can continue to learn from you. Now, today we are giving away three-month supplies of L1FE CirQul8. We've got some samples here. It looks just as slick as all of our marketing. I absolutely love it. I hope you have been listening to our broadcast and stay tuned for our questions a little later on. Now, in launching this product, I really wanted to involve our diamond leaders. They've been very involved in the launch of the product way back from, when we started it as a product concept, through to the naming of the product, through to the design process, and through to the extensive research that we actually done on the product positioning, etc. And I really thank them all for their time, their input, but most importantly for keeping the secret, which we know our diamonds don't do well. We have much excitement from our diamond leaders about such a powerful product, and joining us today to guide you on how to use a new product and how to launch a new product category to help relaunch your business is none other than Double Diamond Director Lyndon Biernoff. Lyndon is not only a veteran of the industry with many product launches under his belt, but he is also a qualified naturopath, so is extremely qualified in understanding the science behind L1FE CirQul8, and it's been an absolute pleasure having him involved in the launch. So take it away for us, Lyndon.
Hey, Jeunesse Australia, it's so good to be here with you today, even if it is just virtually, for this incredible product release. And I want to say a huge thank you to Rachel McVinish, the greatest general manager, country manager in the business, a great friend. I've known you for a long, long time. Thank you so much for everything that you do and for doing such a nice job introducing me today. That's probably the nicest things you've ever said about me, Rachel. But I'm excited, so excited. That's why I'm wearing this flowery shirt today, is that we've got something new, something bright. We've got something that's going to breathe new life into the Jeunesse business as you know it. And that is a new product. Who doesn't like a new product release? L1FE CirQul8 is a product that I couldn't be any more excited to talk about. This product, I think, is going to be huge, and I want to explain a little bit why. If you've been in Jeunesse for a while and you're a little bit disappointed with the performance of your business at late, and of course, hey, look, I'm in that position myself, it's time to get really, really excited, because this product is going to get a lot of people very, very enthusiastic very, very quickly. So why am I so excited about L1FE CirQul8? Well, look, it's a brand new product story. And do you know, in network marketing, what's the easiest conversation? It's a product story. The most common reason why people build a business is because they've used a product that they've got great results with and they want to go out and share it with other people. So never underestimate the power of a new product story, but also think about it at the moment as to who needs it. We have a new product called L1FE CirQul8, which you've heard some incredible information about this product from William Amzalag and also from Dr. Barry Tan and also from Dr. Ross Walker, who I've actually met numerous times in the past, one of Australia's leading cardiologists. And all of that information that you've heard from these great scientific minds, it really shows you that who needs it is really everyone. Anyone can use this product of virtually any age, any health status, good, bad, or anywhere in between. It's up to you to show people why they should be really excited about this product too. Now, how do you do that? Well, one of the most important things when you're sharing about a product is about its point of difference. What makes it different? Why should it occupy someone's mind space? Well, with regards to L1FE CirQul8, the biggest point of difference for me is 2 core ingredients. Now, we also have lots of other supporting ingredients in this product, vitamin C, zinc, Bs, etc., and they do wonderful things within the body. But many people may be taking or using supplements with those vitamins or minerals in it already. But the 2 ingredients that are very, very different is number 1, tocotrienols, and number 2, ubiquinol. Now, if you speak to 1,000 people and ask them, do you know what tocotrienols are? You'll be lucky if one person says, yes, I do. And that would be the same of ubiquinol. So these are the 2 core elements that makes this product successful. Now, I first heard about these 2 ingredients really back in the 1980s. Some real cutting edge research. I got very excited about the efficacy and potential of what these 2 core nutrients can do in the body. And since that time, I have never really seen a company produce a product that really focuses in the network marketing industry on these 2 core ingredients. And so to have an opportunity to work with Rachel to pull off what I think is one of the most exciting product releases in recent history, certainly here in Australia, that combines both tocotrienols and ubiquinol. I tell you what, I couldn't be any more excited because I want to use it myself. I know what these ingredients can do. So let me just give you a couple of hot points, especially while you're talking to people, to show them, here's why you should use this. This is a great point of difference. This is an exciting reason as to why you can use this product. Let's just start with the first ingredient, which is ubiquinol. Now, when we look at ubiquinol, it is unbelievably bioavailable, which means that it absorbs and is processed in the body tremendously efficiently. And it's known as a nutrient that enhances the body's performance in so many ways. It makes your body simply more efficient. So this is why sports people love using ubiquinol, because it helps to aid in the distribution of oxygen around the body and also helps to produce cellular energy to make you more efficient at functioning at your highest level of energy. It works on keeping your skin healthy and elastic, but it also protects the body. It's like a shield. It helps to protect those cell membranes from damage and oxidative stress. It works at slowing the rate at which the body may even be aging itself. It aids with sleeping. All of those things that you think that are performance related, ubiquinol helps to make you a better you. But also what's exciting is tocotrienols. Tocotrienols are really, it's a remarkable nutrient. In fact, a remarkable potent molecule. It's kind of related to vitamin E. We know of vitamin E as alpha tocopherol. Tocotrienols are different, but related to that vitamin E family. And inside the body, what tocotrienols do is they have a massive level of influence in regulating inflammatory pathways throughout the entire body. And there are a lot of scientists, medical people today that think your greatest influence on your disease risk and longevity is your body's ability to manage inflammation. If inflammation is out of control, the rate at which your body ages will dramatically increase. And if that increases too quickly, then your body is going to rust. It's going to get damaged. Your risk of morbidity in so many different, with so many different possible outcomes can really, go through the roof. So slow inflammation, you're going to slow damage to the body and improve your overall general health. But also it's a wonderful nutrient for health of the cardiovascular system. Now, when we think about life, Jeunesse was really a life extension company. That's what we're all about. We're all about living longer, living healthier, making sure that you're all there when you get there, not only physically, but also mentally. And obviously, we've got a great business opportunity attached to that too. But when we think of what impedes longevity, virtually in every single country around the world, your number one enemy statistically to reduce your length of life, how long you're going to live and the quality of your life is heart disease. Heart disease is the number one impediment to you reaching your life expectancy. The great thing with tocotrienols is that they work at improving vascular health in a really dramatic way. Not only does it help to reduce the level of inflammation in the body, but also inflammation that is related to circulation. See, if you've got blood lipids that become inflamed and they become plaque and they help to clog arteries and restrict circulation, that can lead to heart attack, that can lead to stroke. So lessening inflammation in the blood vessels themselves. But also it can work at improving blood flow. See, a lot of people think that your blood flows around the body because of the heart and the heart muscle pumping. Well, yes, that happens. And the heart is responsible for the majority of blood flow in the body. But if your blood vessels are healthy, if the musculature in the blood vessels are healthy, the blood vessels themselves, the piping running all throughout the body, thousands and thousands of miles of blood vessels, they can actually do almost half of the work and take pressure and stress off the heart. So if you have healthy blood vessels, well, you've got better circulation. And that's what tocotrienols do. They work at helping to improve the musculature in your blood vessels. So a big, big plus. You know, we think of heart disease itself being a real impediment to living a long life. Do you know that for the majority of people, in fact, I think it's roughly about 40%, that the first symptom of heart disease is death. It's too late. You know, for a large percentage of people, when they find out that they are suffering heart disease, the first symptom that makes them aware of that is the last symptom. You know, they've died from an unexpected heart attack. So looking after your vascular health is so important. Now, this isn't a disease of the elderly, because now it's becoming, sadly, more increasingly common that we're seeing heart disease occur even in primary school children. We're seeing it very common in sports stars in their 20s. You know, heart disease has become a disease of the young, not just the old. So looking after your heart is absolutely, totally vital. So when you think of these ingredients, when you're talking to people about what these ingredients do and why you should be excited about them, you can see that, you know, these are things that anyone should be excited about if they take pride and care in their overall general health. So guys, what's the next steps to take? Well, you've just heard from Rachel a fantastic launch pack with numerous bottles of L1 FE CirQul8. I mean, look, the most important thing to do first is to get onto this product yourself. I mean, sharing a product story where you've had a personal experience is the best product story, because it's passionate, it's real. It's easy to share a product story with someone else when you know what the product has done for yourself. So get onto the product yourself, start using it and start enjoying it. But also at the same time, start sharing this with your team. There are so many people that have struggled with the challenges over the last 2 years, where kind of put life on a bit of a holding pattern. They haven't been able to do or build their business in a way that they enjoyed doing previously. So really share with your team, maybe team members that didn't get on this launch today, the power and excitement of this product. That's number 2. Number 3, think about sharing this with prospects. You know, I'm sure there are many, many people, if you're like me, that have a long list of people that you've prospected in the past that you may have been unsuccessful with. Go back and talk to them again and let them know of the fabulous, new, unique product launch that's just taken place and why they should look at this again. And 4th, I would look at sharing this with new people. As I said earlier, the greatest way of enrolling someone to build the business is first to enroll a customer. The most common pathway for someone to become a successful distributor in network marketing is to be a successful customer that receive great benefit in a product that they feel compelled to go and share with other people. So go out and share this with as many new people as you can. Maybe people that have been in the industry before. Think of entrepreneurs, think of professional people, PTs, people that are involved in the health industry. Think about people that are involved in the sales industry. Maybe just think about people who have influence in the community, professional people, or just simply people that love great, high quality products. So when you think about what we have at the moment, we have an incredible new product. The only product globally in the network marketing industry that combines both the power of ubiquinol with that of tocotrienols. L1 FE CirQul8, I think, is an incredible, sexy brand name. It's something that rolls off the tongue when you go and talk to people about it. So just realize that right now, the very things that this product helps and supports, when you think of heart, when you think of immunity, when you think of energy, when you think of inflammation, who doesn't want one, if not all, of those things? So just finish on this note. Why now? I mean, 2021 has been a rough year for obvious reasons, but I think 2022 is going to be a breakout year. And for me, this is a springboard to take my business back to the dizzy heights that it has been and enjoyed in the past. And why I'm still here at Jeunesse with a company that I'm passionate about, that I believe in, because we've now released a brand new product that it gives you 100 reasons why you can be very excited. Remember our first two products, Reserve and also our serum? Those two products are still our most popular products today, over a dozen years later. That shows that they are timeless, that people love them because they give such fantastic results. I know that L1 FE CirQul8 is going to be another timeless product release, here at Jeunesse Global. So know that out there at the moment in the community, there are so many people that need this, that want it, that want to use it, that need to benefit from it from their health perspective. But even bigger, know that there are so many people out there that need Jeunesse, that need this business. Network marketing booms after times of stress, after challenging times. We've been through two of the most challenging years that any of us have ever experienced. And so we have a story that really gives people a new direction in life. Network marketing always booms at the back end of tough, challenging times. But secondly, I read the paper today, an article that talks about the Great Resignation. We've seen so many people right at this point in time, that are deciding that they're going to make a tremendous change in their life, that they don't want to keep doing what they're doing for whatever reason. And so there are a lot of people taking a break and thinking about creating a better life, doing things differently. And you and myself, we have a solution that could possibly help those people dramatically. After the GFC, there were a huge amount of displaced people that came into the network marketing industry that have become, many of them who have become the stars of this industry today. So guys, get excited. This is a product to really make your heart sing. I can't wait to take it. I thank Rachel for being the major contributor to making this product possible, and get excited about L1 FE CirQul8 because it is a brilliant and unique product story.
Thank you so much, Lyndon, and thank you for joining us today. I love hearing from our diamonds, because when we first started looking at this product, it was just so exciting when you realize the capabilities of this product and how powerful these ingredients are. To share that with the Diamond Group and have their feedback, and to have someone as Lyndon as so knowledgeable in all of the ingredients, and to see the excitement that our leaders have about this product, just shows me that it is going to be as powerful as we initially thought. So thank you again, Lyndon, always a pleasure. Now, next up to join us today is Diamond Director Wayne Fan, all the way from Sydney. What a lot of people don't know about Wayne is that before moving from China to New Zealand and then to Australia, Wayne was a chemical engineer in China, where he was a general supervisor for quality control at Shiseido. So he knows the effort and the lengthy process of bringing a product to market. And it's a pleasure, it was an absolute pleasure to have him involved in our launch. Are you there with us today, Wayne?
How are you? I'm here. How are you, Rachel?
Excellent. So good to have you, and so good to have you live so we can have a chat together. Wayne, as I was just saying that, you were involved in this process from the get-go. We talked about naming the product, we talked about the ingredients, we've talked about a lot of the claims. So I guess I wanted to just ask you a few questions today. Is how much excitement is there with your team and your community around this new product?
Okay, thank you. First of all, I would deliver the huge thanks to Rachel, to you, because you are the key role to lead this brand new, exciting product to the marketplace. And as I said, we discussed a lot of things and behind it. And I'm really excited to see this new product finally is launching today. And as you just said, this new product I think is coming right on time, just after the lockdown of Australia. And I think we haven't had a new product for quite a while. And this new product definitely is delivering the excitement, more participations, more hopes, more activities to the team. So yeah, we are excited. All I need is just to receive the product ASAP.
Absolutely. Well, the product is on its way to our warehouse and we are really, really excited. It has been a process. We've worked on it now for, probably 12 to 18 months, but
Wow.
we really only made the decision it was probably about 3 or 4 months ago to go, okay, yes, we're going to do this. And in, true Jeunesse Australasia style, we picked a very aggressive launch date and, it's really exciting. It's been hectic. It's been days and nights of no sleep. It has been crazy for all of us and even all of you guys involved. But, the important thing is we got there in the end. The other question, Wayne, is how will you incorporate this personally into your business? What are you going to do, your new daily process to launch L1 FE CirQul8?
Thanks for that. I think this is critical. First of all, we're going to help all of our members, as many as they can, to understand as much as they can. L1 FE CirQul8 will help improving our overall heart functioning and helps us to stay healthier and stay young, which every Jeunesse customer has been working on. And also L1 FE CirQul8 will definitely improve our body immune system. I think the good part of this pandemic has been teaching all of us how important to have a stronger and a healthier immune system. So this L1 FE CirQul8 will help us stay away from those external virus, so as extra a layer of our body's safeguard. So I think everybody is looking forward to add this extra new layer of the protection to their existing YES product system. So I spoke to a few of our leaders. They all expecting to have the product, to try, and we go from there. I think the general reaction from the team, from the customers, they are all excited about this extra new layer of the protection on top of our existing products. So yes, this is what we're going to do through trainings and make everybody aware of these benefits and help them to get the new product work for themselves.
Absolutely, Wayne. And, touching on the training there is so important. I know coming out of the doctors series that we done, it was a 4-part series leading into the launch, kind of alluding to what was coming, but not necessarily saying, hey, it's a new product and it's called L1 FE CirQul8. We were getting so much interest. After every episode, our phones were going crazy going, I want ubiquinol, I want tocotrienols. And then the last one, they're like, do I have to take all of those ingredients together to get those kind of benefits? And, that's what makes today so exciting about having a first to market product with all those ingredients in it. Now, we're going to hear a little bit more from Lisa just after we finish up with you, Wayne, but you have been privy to hear about a lot of the claims that the TGA have authorised us that we can make on this product. And I think for me, I touched on it earlier also, but it's been one of the most exciting things. Finally, we have an amazing product and we know Jeunesse has the best product line out there, but now we can actually scream it from the rooftops. We can make these claims. Now that we can make such amazing claims, Wayne, how do you think this will help you and your team to build your business?
That's a good aspect. As you just said in the beginning, I was involved in Shiseido back 22, 23 years ago. I had experience with the GMP, TGA, and I know exactly what the supporting strengths if we can get a claim from TGA. And as one of the most challenging system in the whole world, TGA allowing us to claim those benefits as nutrition products, I think this is significant. And as everybody know that we are not allowed officially in public to claim a lot of the benefits the nutrition supplements are actually delivering to us, although they are delivering the benefits, but we are not allowed to claim it. So as you just said, the TGA gives us a lot of green lights, and that will help us a lot easier to make public awareness of how this product actually do to our body. We can claim a lot of things we're not able to say anything publicly. So I think this is a milestone for distributors, for the company, that we can make a big noise out there for this product. And not even mentioning this L1 FE CirQul8 will help our body to release the inflammation that cause all sorts of problems in our body. So I'm just very excited that we are officially legally allowed to say a lot of things we tried to say in past years, but we are not able to say. So this is quite significant. All we need to do is just make everybody know and do the trainings, the educations, and get as many people as we can to try this product. And then we go from there. And yeah, it is exciting.
And once again, I'm so glad to be able to work with you on this, Wayne. It's been such a pleasure being able to utilize your background. And, I love the fact that, you and your team are so excited coming off the back of this. So again, I thank you so much for your help during this process. I know there was a lot of calls organized. Wayne, I need you on a call now. So I really appreciate the time. And, we will touch on all those claims that you mentioned about up next with Lisa. So thank you again, Wayne, for being with us, and we'll look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you very much, Rachel. And we cannot wait again. Thank you for all your hard work behind this new product to be able for all of us to see it's real now. Thanks, Rachel. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Wayne. Now, as I mentioned, that next up we have Lisa. You all know her, you all love her, and I tell you what, I've never seen a Lisa as excited as Lisa is. One of her parts of the job is coming down hard on people that don't always say the right thing or don't always do the right thing. So with this product, having in excess of 40 claims to be able to make about the product is going to make her life so much easier. Well, so I keep telling her anyway. So up next to talk to you about L1 FE CirQul8, how the TGA work with it and the regulatory environment surrounding it, please help me welcome Lisa. She's actually in studio with me today, so I'm going to move across. Thanks for being with us, Lisa, and we'll leave you to take it away.
Thanks, Rachel, and thank you for having me. So today I'm here to talk to you about L1 FE CirQul8 and compliance. So how to promote L1 FE CirQul8 following compliance guidelines. So L1 FE CirQul8 is exclusive to the Australasian market, and it is so important that to note that L1 FE CirQul8 may only be promoted and sold in the Australasian market. So L1 FE CirQul8 is TGA registered. It's manufactured here in Australia in a TGA approved facility. And now the TGA have provided product indications based on the product ingredients and the scientific research. Indications are statements that describe a particular therapeutic use for medicine, the claimed purpose. So when a product is TGA registered, the TGA provide a public summary, and this is a screenshot of the top of the public summary. So the L1 FE CirQul8 public summary is available by searching the Australian Register of Therapeutic Goods or via back office. So you can find it in back office under Members Only, Asia Pacific, Australia, New Zealand, Fiji, Important Information. And as you can see at the bottom of the screenshot, L1 FE CirQul8 has been approved by the TGA as a listed medicine. So the TGA public summary lists permitted indications that the TGA have approved based on the ingredients and scientific research available. And L1 FE CirQul8 has a long list of permitted indications, and I'm just going to go over a few of these. So maintain and support energy levels and production, maintain and support eye health, eyesight, vision, anti-inflammatory, support cardiovascular health, including support healthy cholesterol, capillary and blood vessel health, maintain and support healthy immune system function, support bone health, maintain and support cognitive mental function, support reproductive health, support health and wound healing. So when promoting Life Circulate, please ensure you follow compliance guidelines. So please use the product indications listed on the TGA public summary available on the TGA website or in back office. Use the Jeunesse website. So as I've mentioned previously, this product is only going to be available to the Australasian market, therefore is only available, you'll only find the information available on the Australian and New Zealand pages. And Louise will be talking to you later, but we do have a range of brochures and tools available in back office and on Share Jeunesse for distributors to use. And as always, if you ever have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Thank you, Rachel.
Oh, thank you, Lisa. Now, these, as Lisa said, these will all be up in the back office. You can actually Google the public summary. The product's been registered already with the TGA since, I think it was the 15th of September, so we're in good shape there, and yeah, we're working on getting everything, all the brochures, tools, and everything up on Share Jeunesse, which Louise will touch on later. But you know what, I just can't stress enough how important these claims are. Like, never in our wildest dreams did we ever think we would be able to make so many claims about such a powerful product. So make sure that you head to the public summary in your back office and check it out, because you know you want to be screaming it from the rooftops about this particular product. So next up, we have joining us Diamond Director Susan Land. Susan has also been involved in the launch of Life Circulate and has been instrumental in creating some excitement in her team along the way, all whilst keeping the secret of Life Circulate, which is so good. Are you with us today, Susan?
Yes, I am. Hi, Rachel.
Hey, Susan. So good to see you. Sydney looks lovely. That's a beautiful background.
Oh, yeah. That's Sydney.
That's Sydney. Sydney today looks beautiful. Thank you again for being with us. You know, Susan, as I touched on just in introducing you there, is, you know, you've been involved in this launch, as all the other diamonds, from the concept of the product through to the naming of the product, through to the design of the product. You know, it's definitely been a very exciting time, and I think one of the most exciting things for most of our diamonds, including you, and I know we've talked about it, is again, you know, the claims surrounding the product, and you know what an amazing addition the product line is to our already innovative product line. So Susan, I just wanted to, we've talked to Wayne a little bit earlier also, but I just wanted to talk to you about your team and see how you will incorporate Life Circulate into your business.
Well, first of all, we are very excited about this product being released, you know, today. Our congratulations to Jeunesse. Yeah, the product we're waiting and talking about a few months now, and we are, you know, finally to coming to the market today. So because this product, it is the following our Life MMM, another cutting edge product provided by Jeunesse. So we are the first release in this market, so we are excited about that. So all the things good product always the good tool for the business. So when we have this new product coming to our hand, of course we have the new story and can bring to talking to the people, to, you know, we're talking to the new customer, or also we can talking to the executive members, you know, in our business, our teams. So in the past 2 years, the COVID-19 and some people kind of flood, and we can't go to travel, and you know, not exciting at all. But we have this kind of a new product coming. So we can react to our new member to the new story, to talking about our product features and also the cutting edge technology as well, and to create excitement to the teams. So it is a new opportunity for us to help us to prospect the new customer and potential business partners. So we can create an assignment to the market and also to training and let people know, how exciting and how the key ingredient in our products. So give the customer more options. So learning and training is very important, and we can lead to our doctors series, because so many of the favors doctors are talking about, relate to our new product.
Absolutely, Susan. And I loved your point there about it being a new story. We all know in the network marketing industry the power of a story, and your own personal testimonial with a new product is one of the best stories you can have in this industry. So I'm so excited to be able to start, hearing people's stories and their testimonials coming off the back of this product launch. Now, Susan, we've seen a lot of your team in the Facebook and the YouTube chat today. There's so much excitement coming from your team and your community. How are they all feeling about the launch?
They are very exciting about it, because a lot of people actually struggling in this industry. But the easy way to talking about is the product sharing. So product can helping people to understand, the healthy, especially in the pandemic area, this period of times, and people more care about the healthy. But we have Genesia has a range of the enhanced use enhancement systems. We can helping a lot of people, but we are not able to talking about. But this product actually there are about 46 permit indications approved by TGA. So now we are able to talking to the people, how can helping to maintain their immune systems, to reduce inflammations levels, because a lot of disease actually is caused by those problems. And we have exactly the claim to talking about. So that's our team so exciting. The new product help us a lot. It's not only for the business, it's for people who are not doing business, but also they care about the healthy, and this product can talking about.
Absolutely, Susan. And I love that you have done your homework there. You just mentioned to the exact number how many permitted indications that we have, which is 46. So good job on doing your homework and understanding all those indications from the TGA, which is just so powerful. We've just heard from Lisa on some of them. She couldn't stand here and read out the whole 46, but some of them are just, so powerful. So Susan, now that we can make such amazing claims on our new product, how do you think that'll help you and your team?
Well, just like I mentioned before, because the product, because we can talking about the claim now. So exactly, in the past few years, even we do have a lot of product, the use enhancement system helping a lot of product, a lot of testimonial, a lot of stories, but we still cannot talking about, how can maintenance, your healthy levels, it's like, the medicine, the Chinese people, love the Chinese medicine, but this one is look like, the ingredient, the incredible ingredient we can talking about, and also the different, like 46 of the indications, we can exactly, to helping people to find out, this product. You don't need to buy so many products, but only one product you can helping other people's. So that is, That's exciting, can helping our team to find out the precise customer and let them to understand. Doesn't matter they want to do the business or they don't want to, but they still can to accepting, because the TGA client is a very powerful. It's like like to help us, to build up the trust, build up the confidence to our product. And this, because at the moment, so the number one disease actually happened is a heart disease. And also the COVID, a lot of people being affected because the immune systems. And also, if you want to live the life, you really now, so when you're getting, like my father living now 95 years old now, they have clear mind. Also they have, he has the, it's a good healthy, that's what we want. So when we have this product can helping people to maintain the whole body, from the energy, from the heart disease, increase and maintains the healthy immune system functions, also supports the energy level as well, that it can, can helping people. And then we can use this clamp to helping other people to increase their healthy, in the man or the body. And also it's an opportunity to us to build up a business as well.
Absolutely, Susan. And I loved your point there when you talked about your dad. It's so important. Prevention is key. When you get an illness like heart disease, you've got that illness. You then have to fight to keep it at bay. But prevention beforehand, by making sure that it's something that you don't get, is absolutely critical. And thank you so much for making that point. And thank you, Susan, for being with us today live. It's been such a pleasure to have you. I'm so looking forward to be able to work with you and your team on bringing this product, to market and help with the training. As I said, we've got the Great Doctors series that you referred to, which was an amazing series training everything about this product, which I know is already being heavily used for people to understand a little bit more about it. So there's just so much excitement going on, and I'm so glad we could share it with you, Susan. So thank you so much for being with us today.
And thank you too to hard working to make this happen. Thank you very much. I'm so excited.
You're welcome, Susan. Thanks. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
I think you can see the excitement from all of the diamonds that we've had on today. Just, the timing of this product launch is crucial. We've just had some of our biggest markets actually coming out of lockdown, and they can now get out there. There's now so much interest in, building a business, and, people not wanting to go back to the grind to, join something that gives you a better work-life balance and have that opportunity. So I also, I mentioned earlier that we would be doing 3 giveaways of a 3-month supply of L1FE CirQul8, and I told you to stay tuned for the questions. So I'm going to ask the question now. I'm then going to bring on Louise, and she's going to talk to you a little bit about the tools and the brochures, and then we're going to announce our winners. So the first question that I want answered, and we're going to, the fastest 3 people to answer this question is going to win our 3 prizes of a 3-month supply of L1FE CirQul8. Now, it was from Susan, actually, and she hit the nail on the head, is exactly how many claims or health claims are we able to make through the TGA? Start your comments now, drop them in the Facebook and the YouTube, and we'll come back to you with the winners shortly. But next up, I want to welcome in studio with me today is the lovely Louise. Come on in, Louise. So good to have you here with us today. Louise is actually going to take you through all of the tools, all of the brochures and everything we've been designing for this product, and give you an idea as to when everything's going to be available. So over to you, Louise.
Thank you, Rachel. Yes, it's such an exciting day today, so let's get to it.
So yes, I'm talking about the tools that will help you while building your business with L1FE CirQul8. There'll be lots of options that you can download through many means. One of them will be the website, which will be coming live overnight tonight. So by tomorrow morning, the website will be live and you can direct your customers, your team, and anyone to this website for all the information on there. Also, of course, you need to head to your back office, because in your back office, you'll find all the product sheets in regards to the frequently asked questions, the sales sheets, the science brochures, and you can download that information from your back office. Of course, anything social media, pull-up banners, anything you can use on Instagram or Facebook, you can head to Share Jeunesse, because there you'll find all the approved artwork that can go onto your social media. So you can get sharing and get onto socials with L1FE Clinique. I said the wrong product name then. Circulate. We're not going down the makeup style there. But of course on our blogs, the last few weeks you would have seen we've been talking about all these interesting ingredients, and you've probably been wondering, oh, why are we talking about these ingredients? Well, it was all to the lead up to today. So if you haven't seen our blogs lately, do click on to the blogs on our website and check them out, and every week we'll be updating with regular information to help you with your product selling for L1FE CirQul8. Also, social media, our Facebook page always has content on there about all our products and of course L1FE CirQul8. So jump on there, you can share that information on your own pages as well, because all of the information that goes up on our pages are compliant. Head over to our Instagram account as well, where you'll see all the information there too. I mean, once you get the product in your hands, get some really great photos and take them and put them on Instagram so everyone can see what you're now promoting with Jeunesse. And of course our YouTube channel. Over the last month we've been having the Doctor series, which of course was all in the lead up to this product here now. So if you haven't watched any of the Doctor series, do jump on there and have a look, because that will help you certainly to promote this product. And also today's launch as well will be downloaded onto YouTube as well. Currently it's streaming live in Chinese. So if you're wanting to get the Chinese copy, head over to YouTube now. But of course, we want you to do your own research, and there's many sites you can go check out all the ingredients, all the fantastic ingredients that we have in this product. But a couple that we do recommend, of course, is heading over to Dr. Barry Tan's website, because he's just, you know, the expert in the areas of some of these products, of some of these ingredients. So check out him. And then also, this is another fantastic site where you can really get into the research behind ubiquinol. So we want you to go in there and have a look and get that knowledge up and going, so you know what to say about the product and what it all means to you. Of course, that was all the information about our socials and the tools to help you along the way. Of course, if you have any questions, we're here to help. I'm here to help, and I can help you whatever you may need. So I will hand this back over to Rachel. Thanks so much, Rachel.
Thank you, Louise. Stay up here. We're going to announce our winners, and then we're finished for today. I think we've talked an awful lot about L1FE CirQul8, but just on some of the tools that Louise mentioned, you know, as she said, they're all being finalised. I just checked my phone as I walked off there, and the e-blast has gone out announcing the product. So everything is now guns firing, getting it all happening out there to each and every one of you. And some of the tools look amazing. We've put an awful lot of work into them. You know, the whole team here, the team at HQ, it's been a huge, huge process. Whilst we're organising our winners, I just want to touch quickly on the fact here, if we can, our product. So here is our actual product price. It'll be in the back office at midnight US time, which is 3 p.m. in Sydney, 2 p.m. in Queensland. CV is 45, product price $99.95 Australia and $114.30 New Zealand dollars. We did
get a lot of call to make sure that we had a launch pack. So the launch pack will be up as well at 2 o'clock Queensland time, 3 o'clock Sydney time, and it focuses specifically on Life Circulate, but we've also added some of those products that will work best and in synergy to maximize the results of Life Circulate. So it's 200 CV in Australia, $572, 644 New Zealand dollars. Pearl Executive for 60 days for both, and 25 travel points to the buyer. We managed to get some travel points on these launch packs for you because we know everyone is trying to get to Iceland. Now, as I said, they will go live at 2 p.m. Queensland, 3 p.m. New South Wales and Victoria, and they will go through to the end of November, which is great. Now, going live at the same time this afternoon, we also have some sign-up packs ready for you to get out there, talk to your prospects, and start signing up. So we have the new basic heart and immunity for Australia and New Zealand, 100 CV. It follows the same rules as our basic pack, $299.95 in Australia, $354.20 New Zealand dollars, and those packs currently have 5 travel points to available on them as well. We also have the Supreme Heart and Immunity. So this is a little bit bigger pack for those people who are, first up wanting to come in, not just try the product, just really jump in, start building the business. So it's 300 CV, 865.15 Australian dollars, and 998.20 New Zealand dollars. And again, 10 travel points on there, and Pearl Executive for 60 days. So they will be in the sign-up section of the back office for you, and then you will find the launch pack in the event section. So make sure you understand what section you want to go to. So I now think we're ready. We're going to bring Lisa back on as well, and we're going to announce our winners. Have we got the names there? Oh, you wouldn't believe it. This is just to prove that these giveaways are not rigged in any way, shape or form. But we have Emily Tan, winner number 1. So you will get a 3-month supply of Life Circulate. We will send that out to you. Louise will be in touch. Our next winner that answered correctly, number 2, you wouldn't believe it, Lyndon Beernoff. He has won second prize in our contest. Lyndon, coming your way, a 3-month supply of Life Circulate. And finally, the lovely Vivian Pham from Sydney also won a 3-month supply of Life Circulate. Congratulations to each and every one of our winners. We are so excited to be able to send that product out to you. That brings us to the end of our Life Circulate launch today. It has been such a crazy, crazy day. We've been so excited. I just wanted to thank each and every one of you for being with us today. It's been an absolute pleasure. I just wanted to give a huge shout out to Lisa, Louise, and Andrew. He's in Sydney. He can't be here with us today, for everything that you guys have put into this launch. I don't know how many times I've, jumped on WhatsApp and said, urgent staff meeting, guys. We've jumped on Zoom. We've had to jump through all sorts of hoops and do all sorts of things at all crazy times of the day. So thank you to all of you for being so available. I couldn't have a better team if I tried. And, it really couldn't not have happened without each and every one of you. And a massive big shout out to our Diamond leaders for everything that they have done to help us along the way. Again, there's been some crazy calls, some making sure, jumping on last minute Zooms, getting opinions, about Chinese culture, the Caucasian culture. It's been, so much has gone into this launch that, a lot of people don't realize behind the scenes. So I hope that each and every one of you can see the amazing opportunity you have at your fingertips right now. You have a brand new, cutting edge, first to market product with a point of difference in a brand new product category fitting perfectly in our youth enhancement system that comes with some of the most powerful claims from the TGA that we have seen. And it's supported by some of the world's leading preventative doctors in their field. We've heard from Dr. Ross Walker, You know, in the Doctor series, we talked to Barry Tan, who is, you know, the guru behind Anata tocotrienols. So it is just, you need to start taking this product. I think Lyndon mentioned, start taking the product, start sharing your story. As one of the most powerful testimonials in this industry that you can have is your own personal testimonial. Share the product with your team, share it with new prospects. Some of the diamonds have touched on a product launch is a great way to reach out to those people on your contact list that may not have been interested in other Jeunesse products. Most importantly, and Lyndon touched on this, that history shows this industry booms after challenging times. People have experienced that work-life balance that they once upon a time didn't get from the 9 to 5, with businesses being shut down, being at home, you know, and they no longer want that daily grind anymore and are looking for a better way. And we have an amazing opportunity that we can supply them. So do not miss this chance. Do not miss talking to them about this amazing product. Once again, thank you, and we look forward to seeing you again somewhere soon in the Jeunesse world. Thanks, guys.